And there we go, the microphone is on. Welcome everyone, I'm glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Yep, we started a little earlier today. Darn it. It's good to be here. All right, a beautiful day here in Edmonton, so everything is cool, and not sure what has been erupting. I tried to take a look around a little bit. Didn't see a heck of a lot going on, but we'll get into that. We'll see what happens. First off, let's say hi to everyone. Well, thanks and welcome on board. And of course, we'll start out by saying hi to the moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy and Sue and CND Boy and Yvonne Kunkel and Siggy and Gary 24/7 Live AZ Skies, as well as Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields Texas, and Mona Lisa Smiles. Thank you, moderators. And of course there's some others, you never know when they pop in, and we'll see. And hey, Grandma B just popped in. Hi, Grandma B. Anyway, so those are our wonderful moderators, and I was thinking we should say hi to everyone since we don't have that big of a crowd today, which is okay. Anyway, welcome to our good people. We'll start out with Sarah Miles and Grandma B and King Colin and Linda Schoof. Welcome to you guys, and Connie Tyree is here saying welcome, Doc, thank you, and Sarah, thanks for the howdy, and Mona Alfano waving, and welcome, Mona. We got the King saying welcome, Doc. Okay, cool, and hi, Doc, hear you, thanks, Sue. And let's see, Henry Nelson is also on board. We got the King already, Sue we got, Linda we got. Okay, going up, Augusta, welcome. And let's see, who else we got? We got the King, still scrolling up. Alan Coker's here, welcome Alan. And Going South is also on board, saying hola chicas. Chicas, and did I say that right? I hope I did. Dan is also here, welcome, and Dan was actually first person in, so congratulations. Perfectability 999 also on board, welcome Brian. And still scrolling up here, seeing Nikki Nelson, welcome. And let's see, who else we got? That's just about it. I think I got everybody else on the list there. We got Grandma B and DDW65. I'm not sure who you are. And that normal players also here. And the one with the what's he call them? The Reborn or something. Welcome. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so yeah, what we got on the screen, of course, is Mount Etna, and I'm just showing it one last time here, I think, for today. Then we'll start using some of that other wonderful footage of Rebbe, because we haven't seen all of it. Anyway, good to have everyone on board, and let's get into things. Since we are already looking at Sicily, let's take a look and see. We'll pause that. I love doing that. Stopping the lava way up there while it's just flying away. Quick peek at the day, and of course these are the standard things that you look at. And of course the weather. It is what it is there in Sicily, and not much we can do about it. We did find some clearer time there around 1933. You can see the southeast crater up top still smoking fairly heavily, and that kind of dropping down there, so not sure exactly what's going on there. Big cloud in the way as well. if we move that over a little bit more and go a little later, we see the smoke still coming off of it. So that happens whether it's rain or shine, or cloudy or not cloudy. Obviously it's not erupting right now, so that is okay. We'll put that back on live. Quick peek at the tremor chart. It does update by itself, but I'm going to refresh it anyway. So what we're seeing is, yeah, it tried a little bit, and then I guess just one shot, and it's kind of looks like it's quietening down, simmering down. So I'm not sure I like that, but it is what it is. Why is my mouse not showing? Where is my mouse? Oh, hang on, it's a hamster, not a mouse. I should have known. There we go. So yeah, anyway, you can see the activity was fairly rough before, and of course this is what we love seeing, but it's calmed back down to a little higher than normal levels. So from what I can see here, just looking at it, I don't know if it's on its way back down, but what's this? What is a screen? What this screen? This is the sensors for Mount Etna, and that is basically the seismic sensors for Mount Etna. Mine is all Google. It shouldn't be Google. It should be straightforward. It's elevated. Uh-oh. Well, this shouldn't be elevated. We're pretty straightforward here with having the two on there at the same time. But anyway, we'll leave that be. So nothing new there anyway. We'll pop back over to, I'll leave it on there, but let's go over, take a look and see what we can find in Iceland. And I already see one of those that I wasn't too happy about. Let's make that bigger. That's the wrong screen. I seen that. I have a few of those windows open, so hard to tell where I am. There we go. Anyway, if we back that up a little bit, we can see what was going on. They did shut off the streams. I don't know if that's just a temporary measure or if they're waiting, playing a waiting game, who knows. Anyway, this is of course our wonderful little Rebbe there in Iceland, and you can see Kalir in the background, and if the lights was on, you'd see some of the houses back there from Reykjavik. So that's what we're seeing there right now. It's not very clear. Let me make that a little bit better. There we go. So definitely see some ephemeral activity continuing there at Rebbe. Not seeing anything else smoking very much out in the lava field here. So things are likely cooling down slowly, and we know it's going to take a long time for it to cool down completely. Anyway, that's what it was looking like at about 3.5 hours ago. If we go back to say about the 9-hour ago mark, that'll get us to about here or very close to it. There we go. Not much different. Maybe a little bit more smoke in different spots, but again, relatively benign as far as anything happening. You do see some white patches here. Well, it's whitish green. It's actually a lot of it is sulfur, and that's especially right in there. We've seen that on the close-up, so we'll take a look at that in a second. And if we go all the way back on this one, that gets us back to about 11:02 a.m. and really not much different. So let's leave that guy be. Gonna put him back on live, and of course live is that. So I want to go to this one, and we'll back that one up as well. This is, let's see, when did they turn their streams off? yeah, about 3 hours ago. So if we go 3.5 hours ago, this is what we had. Let's see. There you Come on, you can do it. There we go. So that is a little bit closer up. You can definitely see that smoke emanating from the, I guess, south side of that crater. And there you can see that definite color of the sulfur I was referring to in all three spots here. You can definitely tell it's turned to a sulfur since it's been washed out a little bit, got some of the other chemicals out, and the rain has accomplished that. So that's pretty cool looking. You can see that. And aloha Kathy, also aloha a wonky donkey. Oh, hang on, I don't say aloha to you. Hee-haw. Okay, there, that's a wonky donkey talk. Anyway, welcome, Trev. Let's see. And then, of course, you see the reds in the background here. That is what is high in iron in here, and that's actually oxidization happening. So that's about it for what we've got going on there. If we go back earlier in the day, the weather wasn't all that pleasant from what I seen. That wasn't too bad there, but if we go back a little bit further, 11.5 hours ago, it was kind of a gruesome looking fog or something hiding in there. And rain, very likely. Anyway, that is it for our wonderful Rebbe. So we'll make him a little bit smaller. Go to the next one. I'm going to make that one smaller too. Next one here is, of course, up on Thorbjorn. That is to the north, to the south of the Blue Lagoon. That's my bad. Blue Lagoon down over here, down the hill on the left-hand side. There you can see the top of Ragnar sticking up, and that is pretty cool. And we don't see any smoke or anything emanating anywhere else there. So pretty calm shoal, and of course looks like those clouds were zipping right through there. You can see quite a bit of cloud movement. Anyway, that was earlier today. Let's leave that on live. We'll go to the next shot, and I don't think we're going to be able to tell much there. That, of course, let's back that up a bunch. 6 hours ago, roughly, and this is out at Katla. Well, unfortunately, we can't see Katla. It's underneath the clouds over here. Lots of people out and about and doing their touristy things. Let's see if it was a little better earlier. And they were more broken clouds. You can actually see a little bit of the snow cap off in the distance. And that is, of course, where Katla is hiding. Let's see if we can go a little further and maybe see some more here. Or maybe not. Oh, we get to see puffier clouds, and that was very nice of the weatherman. Pretty awesome, but yep, not good for visibility if you're a volcano watcher. All good. Anyway, that's kind of what we got there. We'll leave that guy be, and I'll put him back on live. I'm looking at the time. It is time for me to take a break. We'll put you back on the canned lava for now. And of course, and that is Mount Etna, and that happened on the 14th at 1:25 a.m. their time. Anyway, for those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, give it a quick bump. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing if you're sitting on the outside peeking on in. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Here's some music. And the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX live stream. And yeah, you got wonderful Mount Etna on there with our little canned lava. Thank you, Alan, and hi to Peter and Diane. Thank you. Thanks, Sue and Henry and Kathy saying howdy. Aloha, Kathy. And thanks, Mona, for the welcome back as well. And Ray Scott is also here. Welcome, Ray. And awesome. I'm glad to have everyone here. And of course, we already kind of peeked at a few things. So let's keep going. And we wanted to peek at a little bit more stuff. Iceland, of course, wanted to take a look at the charts there. And of course, I was a little bit kind of going, really? And I thought, is that going to go? And then it decided not to. Actually, I checked earlier and I seen it going up. And I thought, yay! And then I looked at it and I seen it going down. And I wasn't going yay anymore. Anyway, we do see a major uptick as far as our magmatic, the tectonic, the seismicity went up and dropped off a little bit, as well as our tectonic. And you can see it peaked out here quite a bit. And I thought, okay, we're going to see something happening, but it decided to drop back down. We need them to keep going up if we want this thing to re-erupt. Tom Caruso, welcome. Good to see you. You jinxed it, Dr. Fox. No, I didn't jinx it. I just wanted to go up. That's all there's to it. I shouldn't have peaked. That's the problem. Anyway, that is what our harmonic tremor chart is looking like there today. Unfortunately, not as good as I'd like it to be. I want to see it go up and keep going up and throw out lava. Anyway, let's go over and have a look at the earthquakes for today in Iceland. Saying a 93 for the last 24 hours, which is a little calmer than what we've had before. Checking way up north, we do see a 2.5 out in the water, 5.3 kilometers down from 1424. And if we zoom in here a little bit, we see a double whammy sitting right here. I think 0.87, 10 clicks down, 553 this morning. The other one, a 0.77, 10 clicks down, 552. So very close in time. We got a 0.9 there, 10.4 kilometers down, 1804. Then we've got a few right there. I'm not sure why they're in such a nice, neat group, but 2.36, 8.5 kilometers down, 10:01 this morning. 0.6, 8.7 clicks down, 1947. 0.7, 6.5 kilometers down from 1052. 0.1, 5.4 kilometers down, 1202. And 0.8 from 8.7 kilometers down, 1003 for that guy. Moving over a bit, and we had three more sitting here. A 1.2, 5.4 kilometers down, 1622. A 0.6 in magnitude, 6.1 clicks down, and a 528 for that guy. 0.87, 10 kilometers down, 202 this morning. And we slide a little further down on the land side here. We see a 1, 7.6 kilometers down from 1258 this afternoon. From 1234 we had a 0.7, 7 kilometers down. And from 1139 we had a 0.4, 9.8 kilometers down for him. Sliding down a whole bunch. And we don't see anything at Herdebreit. We do have three sitting here at Askja. So this one, a 0.1, 5.2 kilometers down, 46 minutes after midnight. Then the 1 in magnitude, 3.7 kilometers down from 2057, and a 0.2 from 1652, 2 kilometers down. So nothing really dangerous at Katla, nothing sitting right at Bardabunga, nothing sitting at Grimsvatn. We have this guy here, 0.71, 4 kilometers down, 133 this morning, and really not close to any of them, and not sure what's going on with that. We've got a 1.13, 135 meters down, 11 minutes after midnight right there. And this one is from 2246, and that's a 0.27.5 kilometers down. I'm not sure if this is ice movement or what it is. I do know that there is glacial areas here, but I'm not so sure about over in the background there. And let's see, what do we got here? Zero at 1.1 kilometers down from 1421 at Katla. Nothing really major, nothing at Hekla. And we've got a 0.3, 8.9 clicks down from 1134. 0.3, 10.4 kilometers down, 7:44 a.m. 0.15, 7.6 clicks down from 139. And let's grab this straggler over here from 1720, a 1.2, 1.1 kilometers down. And then we've got this mess still continuing to happen here. Let's grab these top ones first. A 0.2, 5.2 clicks down, 1123, and 2003, a 0.5, 5 kilometers down. And then we've got another 0.5 here, 5.1 clicks down. That is from 2332, very new. 2333, a 0.5, 4.9 kilometers down, just about just minutes ago. So that's pretty close. 2204, a 0.6, 3.5 kilometers down. At 8:35 this morning, a 0.8, 7 kilometers down, a 0.37, and that is 12.5 kilometers down, 6:02 a.m. A 0, 5.2 clicks down, a 4:15, and a 1.5, 4.7 kilometers down, 7:42. And we'll grab that, a 2.3, 4.3 kilometers down, a 4:12. A 0.3, 5.2 clicks down from 723. We'll just grab some bigger ones in here. These little guys are too small. 1704, 2.1, 3.6 clicks down. 1.1, 4.8 kilometers down, 2234. So I'm not going to worry about the rest. I don't think they're going to do much. And looking at what we've got here, most of it is not going to do us much good. What I was looking at here, of course, Fraga del Fjall, our wonderful area, is this outline right here. And we do see, looks like one quake within the area. And that's not very far away from our Rebbe vent. 0.37, 6 kilometers down, though, at 4:29 a.m. The other ones are outside. This is north. This is Kalir right here. North of Kalir, we had a 0.3, 5.2 clicks down, 1718. Then we've got a whole bunch of small ones over here, and I really am not sure about what's going on there. 0.5, 3.3 clicks down from 1719. 0.4, 3 clicks down, 1702. 0.2, 2.2 clicks down, 1753. 0.8, 1.4 clicks down, and that is from 1749. 0.5, 1.1 clicks down from 1750. We've got a 0.2, 1.1 clicks down, 1745. And there's from 1742, a 0.4, 1.9 clicks down. You know, you'd almost think that it looks like a magma is coming up. We'll see what happens. If it is, in fact, doing that, it'll be interesting. J-Cell is here. Welcome, J-Cell. And anyway, there's a few more out here in the water. Nothing really major going on. We got a 0.66, 6.0 kilometers down, 5:20 a.m. 1.8 right near LD, and that is 8.3 clicks down, 17:10 was the time on that. 0.94, 10 clicks down, 6:45. Next one, a 1.13, 10 clicks down, 5:10 this morning. A 0.8, a 10.4 kilometers down for the 0.8, and a magnitude from 1942. 1.3, 8.1 clicks down, 1955. 5:49 this morning, a 0.76, 10 clicks down, and a 0.5, 5.4 kilometers down from 140 today. And that kind of wraps up the earthquakes for Iceland. We're really not seeing anything that's crazy, no real heavy eruptive activity anywhere or anything like that. I'm a little kind of a little concerned about this area here because some of that is fairly shallow, and it is also underneath the lake, and that could create some issues if there was something to happen there. Some kind of crevasse opened up within the bottom of the lake and allowed some hot or water into the magma chamber that's down there, and I'm sure it will flash to steam very quickly and create a pre-magmatic explosion, and nothing like you've seen before. So everybody thought it was going to happen over here, but you know, it could happen here. There's enough water there, so you never know. Anyway, that is Iceland, and not too much more happening right now. I think it's still a wait-and-see game, and to see, if Mars, that would, we can call that a baby hunga tonga, hunga ha pie. That would be actually kind of scary. Really would. Anyway, while we're at it, let's put you back on the canned lava for right now. I will read that volcano report for today, and we'll get at that if I can find it. There it is. I see it. How come I got, oh, never mind. I figured it out. Okay, so let's take a look at our volcano report, and of course Sue put this together and sent it in, so thank you kindly, Sue. Late Tuesday's volcanic activity: 3 volcanoes, Sabancaya in Peru, intermittent emissions of volcanic ash to 27,000 feet, or 8,200 meters, reported at 1855. Shishaldin and the Aleutian Islands in Alaska, eruption to 16,000 feet, 4,900 meters, reported at 22:45. I thought that thing was sleeping. Sangay in Ecuador, occasional volcanic ash emission to 20,000 feet, 6,100 meters, reported at 22:45. And for Wednesday's volcanic activity, we've got 10 volcanoes on the list. Let's start with these ones. Suwanoshijima in Japan, erupted to 6,000 feet or 1,800 meters, reported at 30 minutes after midnight. And Semeru, East Java, Indonesia, volcanic ash observed to 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters, reported at 1 a.m. Then Ubanas in Peru, intermittent emissions to 24,000 feet, 7,300 meters, reported at 2:30 this morning. And sporadic emissions to 23,000 feet, 7,000 meters, reported at 14:30. Shishaldin, Aleutian Islands, Alaska, and we have the report from 5:18 this morning. And also volcanic ash not identifiable from a satellite, reported at 5:30 this morning. Fuego in Guatemala, we've got a separate email report from 5:26. We'll have a look at that. And volcanic ash emissions observed to 19,000 feet, 5,800 meters, reported at 14:42. And let's see, 14:42, 14:42, 14:40. No, I did that wrong. 1445. Reventador in Ecuador, separate report. Discrete volcanic ash emissions observed to 15,000 feet, 4,800 meters, reported at 1,400. Semankaya in Peru, continuous ash emissions to 23,000 feet, 7,000 meters, reported at 6:30 a.m. Then intermittent emissions to 29,000 feet, or 8,800 meters, reported at 17:30. Sangay in Ecuador, volcanic ash emissions observed to 19,000 feet, or 5,800 meters, reported at 11 a.m. Santiaguito in Guatemala, frequent volcanic ash emissions to 19,000 feet, 5,800 meters, reported at 15:15. And Mayon, Luzon Island, Philippines, and the eruption volcanic cloud unknown height, reported at 17:15. And that is all we've got here for right now. And that is the volcano report. Thank you, Sue. Again, appreciate it. And why are we intermittently, well, it's not me, it's from the previous stuff. Let's fix that. There we go. We got lava flow. I need lava flow. Anyway, yeah, I think we'll be doing some editing, maybe if I get a chance tonight. I was trying to look for the lightning bolts in there and trying to get the times written down, and only seen 3, but I know there were more. I've seen more in there before, so pretty cool. What is going south? If you want more icebergs, stop feeding them to volcanoes. Oh boy. He's got no volcanoes over there, wonky donkey. He's only got icebergs, and that is the way it is. It's ice, it's cold, and I still say Greenland should have been called Iceland, and Iceland should have been called Greenland. I think that would be pretty cool. Anyway, interesting how everything is happening, and yeah, pretty cool. Let's see, what do we got after the break? We're going to have bacon seeds, so that'll be nice to have a look at. And what else we got? Oh, news. As far as Monday, I will be going to Fort McMurray for an overnight trip, so I'll be leaving Monday morning, going up and doing some work, about 4 hours worth, and then coming back home. So likely, if I can leave early enough, I can make the work happen on Monday, and then use Tuesday as my return travel. And that is about a 5-hour drive, that kind of thing. So if we can do that, that'll be pretty cool. And Tuesday night I will have a stream again. But so on Monday, this coming Monday, there will not be a stream, and that is all good. They did kind of want to send me to a couple other places today, or well, for next week, but they retracted that for some reason. I have no idea why, but I guess maybe they realized that, oh, hang on, if we're sending them there, we can't send them another place right off the bat too. So all you need is a 20,000-year-old clean water and a fridge. Yeah, clean water. Actually, those icebergs be pretty darn good clean water, if you ask me. And that'll be neat. Okay, let's basically go take that break now. And for those good people who are here, if you haven't yet hit that like button, do do go ahead and give it a quick bop. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing if you like the show. On those friendly notes, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where we don't have any volcanoes. And, of course, I don't know. I was going to say I could always build one in the wintertime, but I think it'd be nice to have one in the winter. We're a triple bop. No triple bop. I don't think a bot recognizes 3 bops. Nope, the bot doesn't. He only does 2. I think he's not so smart. All right, let's leave that be for now. I'm gonna go take that break. Keep smiling. Here comes some music after the break. Of course, like I said, bacon seeds. I'll be back. And there we go. That microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. And thank you for the welcome backs there. Sue Wonky does have that tendency to grow on people, fungi. Oh, thanks, J. Sow. I'm a funny donkey in a human skin. There you go, Trev. We love you, Trev. It's all good. So, no worries there. Anyway, thanks everyone for the welcome backs, and it is a time. Hey, Oz is here. Welcome, Oz, and welcome back again today. Shh. Okay, we'll be hushed. And thanks, Mars. And all right, so it is a bacon seed time, and that is what we do here. We love our bacon seeds, so we're stopping the Etna footage, and we will get over to our bacon seeds. And of course, that was the little salad this one was getting yesterday. And of course, our wonderful Piggy sent us a whole bunch more, so there she is doing it again every day. And let's get to this one. And we may have seen him before, but you know, kind of reminds me of Charlotte's Web. Anyway, cute looking. I still like the picture though. It's awesome. His trotters are dirty though. I think he needs a hogwash. Dr. Fox, you mind adding a triple box? A triple bop command? We'll do that maybe down the road somewhere. And we'll see. And this guy is yelling at us for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think he needs a hogwash too. Maybe that's what he's yelling for. Hey, I want a hogwash! Something like that. Never seen that movie, Charlotte's Web? Oh, you're missing something, Sue. I guarantee you will cry. Oh, definitely. Go rent it or do whatever you need to, and watch it. It'll be worth your while. Charlotte's Web. It's a neat. This guy is digging a hole and making himself look tiny. I think another hogwash is required. A box of tissues, a movie. Yeah, well, there's some sad things in there, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So there was a cartoon long before the movie, and a book before the cartoon, and yep, there certainly was. Next one is this guy. He's keeping low. He's on the prowl. He's about to attack. Okay, whenever you see a pig like this stalking things in a yard or a field or something, you know he's up to something. He's stalking his prey, and I don't know what his prey would be. Maybe you or the camera. Anyway, he looks cute. I like that shot. Next one is these two guys. More hogwash required. Although they're not that bad. They just got some on their boppers. So definitely need to have a little bit of a snout wash there. But that's okay. And next bacon seed is this one. Well, he don't need no hogwash. He looks pretty calm and pretty whitish for a piglet. Pretty awesome. Okay, cool. And next one is this guy. And again, hard to tell if he needs a hogwash. He does look like he might have been asleep in there and got woken up going, huh, why'd you wake me? I don't want to be on a camera. Anyway, awesome. Let's get to the next bacon seed. And here we go, wee one. And he's on his favorite cookie sheets. I don't know if he'd have favorite sheets. He's only a day or two old, so choices weren't made yet, but he seems to be comfortable there. Kind of a camouflaged, spots and all. And our next bacon seed is another wee one. And yep, and that is likely a day or two old as well. And he's got some spots in his back end there as well, and a black eye. Must have been fighting with his siblings. And he looks pretty healthy though, otherwise. Other than the black eye, I think this will be a fine pig when he grows up. They're all adorable. Yeah. Okay, our last bacon seed for today. And we'll see what we've got. And this one going, hey, what are you doing over there? Anyway, you're interrupting the camera guy. Anyway, that is an awesome shot and a very nice looking bacon seed indeed. And a big thank you, sweet little Piggy. Yeah, thank you to Piggy for sending those in. As usual, I do appreciate your wonderful hard work at trying to find new ones all the time. And that is 4,340 is what this one is. So we're up there. We're up there. Once we get over that 5,000 mark, it'll be cool. I'd like to see that. Anyway, let's continue on with other places of joy and fun and interest. So we did our bacon seeds. Let's go maybe to Mexico and see what we got happening there. I'm going to try to find it first though. In my stuff. Need to refresh this one. It's buffering. Okay, well let those guys have their commercials. Oh, they took the Hawaii live stream down. I don't know if anyone noticed that. Just a little observation we had. Oh, let's do reports real quick. And we'll see if we can find which page that is on. I got to try to locate that. So, not on that one, not on this one, not on that one, maybe this one. I will try it in here. Okay, USGS CAM has issues apparently. Oh, I hate when cams have issues. They're always so troublesome. Anyway, there's a good look at our wonderful city of Reykjavik there in Iceland. And that is the Perlin Center we're seeing the shot from. Pretty nice. And of course, if we go back earlier in the day, it looked a little different. Just to kind of give you an idea of what it's like. There's a nice ship out there in the coming in. I don't know if it's going to dock or what it's doing, but it seems to be moving a little bit. Anyway, looking pretty good there for those good people. Hopefully they will enjoy their summerish times. And let's pop over to our first report, and that is from Sheldon. And let's see what we got. Sheldon Volcano, Aleutian Islands, Alaska, 7th eruption episode continued yesterday. Low-level ash emissions, and here's the shot. That looks pointy. This one looks rough, and that one is pretty rough. I got that definition from Tom's dog Pepper. I asked, what's this one look like? And Pepper just said rough. Oh, never mind. Bad humor. All right, the part of the Aleutian volcanic arc includes Sheldon on the left, Sanotski, and that is around top, Frosty and Pavlov, a sister of Pavlov volcano. Seen from the plane. So, yep, there you go, and you can see them there, and obviously a bunch in the background. That's from July 11th, so really not anything showing Hey, I seen that dome before. That's East Indonesia. Pretty cool. Anyway, let's leave that alone. The eruptive phase at the volcano has continued throughout yesterday. Given the previous paroxysm series characterized by tall and dense ash columns, emissions have been reaching only a low level altitude of about 16,000 feet or 5 kilometers, moving northeast. The National Weather Service has issued a SIGMET for the ash cloud, which we don't need to really look at. The seventh such episode from this volcano summit event took place within the past, the past month. So it's been doing things, and I'm hoping that we're going to see more from that one, but really I want something that's somewhere else. Dr. Fox, the Kilauea cam has been broken all day, and they haven't fixed it yet. With the money they've got, they should have replaced it. Yona, welcome Yona, good to see you, and glad to have you on board. Next volcano on the list is this wonderful shot, and that's a Strombolian eruption at Fuego. A volcano continues, and that looked pretty neat. I like it. It's not a bad shot at all. And let's see, anything else? No, it just tells us where it is. So pretty cool. And that one again, we've seen him before. All right, let's see what the report is here. The explosive eruption from the volcano persists. Weak to moderate Strombolian / Vulcanian sized explosions continue to take place from the summit event at roughly regular intervals of 5 to 8 per hour. Eruptions released ash emissions to an average or elevation range between 4,400 meters or 14,400 feet to and 4,600 meters or 15,100 feet. Ash plumes extended about 8 to 12 kilometers to the west of the volcano. Ashfall has been reported in communities. Bunch of places there. Glowing lapilli and bomb-sized scoria ejected to an approximate height of 100 to 150 meters. That's 300 to 450 feet roughly. Above the summit event, and caused weak to moderate avalanches of lava material towards Ceniza and a bunch of these other places. So interesting, but again, really nothing major going on there, so that is all good. And next one is Reventador in Ecuador, and let's see what that one's got to say. Reventador volcano, Ecuador, near frequent eruptions and glowing avalanches persist. Looking at that photo real quick, you can definitely see we're seeing height of 700 plus meters of the ejecta coming up and out. So lots of tephra going on there. This is explosion from Reventador volcano on 14th of August is when that happened. So pretty cool. And let's see, anything else there from them? Ooh, a nice fountain, but it's not the volcano we were looking at. Lava fountain from the 2,500 meter event. That's likely somewhere around Mount Etna. I don't know which other one it could be. Anyway, the effusive explosive eruption of the volcano continues and has remained essentially unchanged. Near constant Vulcanian explosions continue to take place from the summit crater that has reached 15,000 feet or 4.6 kilometers in height and drifted to the west and northwest over the past few days. Viscous lava flows on the northeastern flank remains active. Incandescent blocks of lava continue to be observed on the southern flank, tumbling down several hundred meters distance from the summit. So that is about it. So pretty cool. And thank you, Sue, for sending those ones in as well. I really do appreciate that. All right, let's put you, well, we don't really want to be there. Let's go back to somewhere else. Let's maybe let's check on Etna without the extra. I want to see if we can find Etna. Without that, I want to see Etna now. Etna now is buffering. Come on. I don't want it to see it buffer. I want to see it now. Anyway, that is just a little bit ago. I'm trying to get it to just about live here. That is about 4 minutes ago. Let's see if we can move that ahead a bit more. Nice stars in the background. We do still see that glow from the southeast crater up top there, and that is pretty awesome. And yep, not really too much crazy stuff going on there right now. So Etna being relatively quiet, and don't know what else to talk about there. Hawaii, of course, our cam is off, so we can't really show that one. Let's we can get rid of this for now. Actually, let's put it back on there, and that way I don't have to do that. Let's go over to the next one, and let me get that screen fixed up. Make that bigger and higher quality by all means. Thank you, YouTube, for putting it down to 144. There we go. So that's a little bit better. And that, of course, is Merapi in central Java. And if we go back a little bit and we get back into the nighttime, that, of course, was from 7:24. This is 6:15 a.m. there. And if we go back a little bit further, we get a little less light. 5:10, that's okay. I don't see anything happening. Pardon me. At 4:05, we do see some lava up top as the sun is starting to rise. You do see it in different glow spots, which is really quite interesting. And you can see at different times it's ejecting that magma out of there and pushing it out. It becomes lava. It has created some different downslopes here. This one seems to have widened out quite a bit, whereas the other one that normally, that big canyon that it was flowing down, that has basically filled up with effusive material. Going back a little bit more, let's see, we did have some lava flow, a little bit of bacon there. And of course, if you're looking at the bottom left screen there, you can see what it looked like on the black and white or IR cam, and definitely showing a lot more of that heat going down the hill, whereas visible light, we're not really seeing it. We do see a little bit of a phoenix cloud developed here, but I don't know how much of that is actually from the volcano or drifting across from around it, but we do see our continuing flow of lava from the top of it. Trying to find some more lovely lava here. I think I did spot some somewhere around here, right with the clouds. I hate when the clouds are in there. Right around here. This should be a little bit better. And there you can see some of that bacon flowing. And of course, if you're looking at the bottom left corner here, you can see what that heat is actually looking like when it's going down. pretty awesome view. And again, that's just from one of those single ones. Now you've got a second output here, pushing out some material, and that's always cool to see that. It's kind of different, you know, whereas like on top of Etna or Rebbe or any of those guys, we have an open vent that just blows stuff out. This one appears to be that it's got a bunch of blocks and stuff that it's built up, and every so often it gets enough pressure to push out material rather than blowing up and outward. It just pushes it up and it oozes out. So it's definitely an interesting eruption. Grenzed is on board. Welcome, Kia Ora, Grenzed. And all cool. So, yep, a little bit of bacon flow down that hill. And that is from 2326 today, or yesterday, actually. Well, it's today our time, yesterday their time. Pretty cool. And there was another one here that I think was not too bad. Let's see if we can find it real quick. Little guys. So just, you know, not big volumes of lava coming out. Not the flows that you see from some of the other volcanoes. Here's another one that is somewhere thereabouts. Yeah, here you can see it flowing down that other shot as well, over on the right hand side, filling up, and you can definitely see it's built up quite a bit of lava here already, trying to make a ski ramp and build up the mountain. And of course you can see quite a bit of that lovely bacon here going down the hill. So pretty awesome to see that. Thomas Neal, welcome, good to see you. Arizona checking in. It's a hot, like a volcano here too. Yeah, I don't know if was Snowman checking in. I don't know if he was, but if you want to see what Phoenix weather is like, we'll just check and bring it up, and we'll see there. It's only 41 degrees there, Celsius, or 105 Fahrenheit. Nice, cool, breezy day. It's 13 miles per hour or 21 kilometers per hour wind, but it's a dry heat. It's only 21% relative humidity, so you know, you shouldn't be sweating too much. It just draws all that sweat out of you. Anyway, that is our wonderful Merapi, Central Java. And let's go and keep going here. We'll go to the next one. This is Mount Ruapehu in New Zealand, and we say Kia Ora, but I don't think it's going to show itself. Those are, I thought those were magic words like open sesame, but I think we're not going to see anything. And darn it, I hate when that happens. Clouds all over the place. It's back there somewhere. We know that. I have the most gentle, elderly Siamese cat on me just now. Awesome there, Grenzed. And that is cool. And yep, some of them are very, very good animals. Anyway, quick peek back. Like I said, we're really not seeing anything. I'm going to close or leave that one small, same with this one. And we'll take a quick look at what the caldera looks like for our wonderful Taupo, and that is in New Zealand as well. And that caldera is the lake, and that is pretty awesome. And you can see a part of Mount Ruapehu, the big white thing in the back here. That is Mount Ruapehu, and that's the ski hill is going on. Looks cool otherwise, a little bit of wind happening, and no eruptions. And we'll leave it there. It is a time for me to take a break. I'm going to put you back on that wonderful canned lava. and we'll keep going after the break. So for those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, give it a quick bop. That'd be really awesome. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. And here comes that beautiful music. Maybe. I'll be back. And there we go, that microphone is back on. Welcome back everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX live stream. And yep, Mount Etna archive footage on the screen. That's what we're showing since there is nothing really erupting right now. Thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and from Mars 2028. And we're good for now. Let's continue on with the show and see what else we can check out real quick. So let's go to a couple of the other volcanoes. Thanks, Grenzed, for that wonderful welcome back. And we'll go pause this. And who are we going to look at next? Let's go here, Samaru. And let's see if I can find that screen real quick. They all look alike. Alright, I'm big, that big. Alright, yep, looking seismically. Wow. It's been busy as far as seismicity going crazy. But as you can see, it is cloud covered. Let's back that up a few hours and see what happened about 2 hours and 47 minutes ago. It was puffing and doing its thing there. Is that as good as we get? Yep, that's as good as we get. Some stars in the background. That, of course, 4:54 a.m. their time. And if we look down here on the bottom, you can see that the camera is still showing in black and white. You do see some lava sitting up there. That is hot. If we back that up a little bit more, of course, we ended up with the clouds. Let's go beyond the cloud work. And there you can see in color some of the lovely hot lava, but you're not able to see it on the other camera down on the bottom anymore. Looking not that bad, but also really wasn't doing a heck of a lot. If we go back a little bit more, there's a little bit of a fire up in the pit. And again, you can see that on the bottom right hand corner as well. So pretty cool to be able to see that. And let's see if there's anything else going on there right now. I'm going just scanning back real quick, and the weather wasn't the greatest earlier, but they did have the black and white camera on. Zoomed in a little bit on the caldera. And that is kind of what we were seeing. I'm just trying to see if we can see a little pop in here, right around here. It looks like a fairly smoky up top. And it might have, well, we see stars, so I don't think it was raining. I think that's just gas from the volcano and a little bit of lava coming down the hill, and they switch things, so we're seeing it come down. And this bottom right is now the color camera, so they swapped them around. Pretty cool though to see that bacon going, and that is pretty awesome. That's about it though for our wonderful Samaru, and we'll put him back on live. And that is what Samaru is looking like right now. I'd love to be able to see the volcano right now. I bet you it is erupting up there, looking at all the seismicity going on here. But let's leave that one be. We'll make it smaller, go to the next one, and see if our Lava TV cabs has a live on, or did one. No, last one was 3 days ago. He's had a very poor visibility there, from what I understand, so not that much going on, and we'll leave that there. Pardon me. Next one I think we're going to go to is Japan, and we'll see what's going on. We did just miss the ice cream boat, so we'll hopefully get another one back there soon. Anyway. That is, you can see it departing. Unless you're a really good swimmer, I don't think we're going to be able to handle that. Or you have a jet ski or something. You might be able to catch it, but I'm sure we'll have another ice cream boat coming along fairly quick. It is 9:45 a.m. there. It is a busy day, so let's have a look at the other shot over from the wonderful volcano that is hiding in the clouds. We'll see what it looks like on the close-up view. There you go, clouds. Grandma B, wow, thank you, Grandma B. And that is the first super chat in 2 days, and that is awesome. And thank you very kindly, Grandma B. And at least that helps pay the bills, the power bill. Awesome. Thank you, Grandma B. Appreciate that support. If we go back a little bit in time, we do see it puffing a little bit up top there, and that is pretty cool. And going back a little bit more, this is about 3.5 hours ago, a little bit more sunlight hitting it, and we can see that there is some darker material being pushed up and out, so definitely doing its thing. And if we go back a little bit further, we go here, and you can see 5:08 a.m. definitely doing its thing. And if we go into the nighttime, I don't think we're going to see a heck of a lot. So let's just scoot it back. This is 9 hours 20 minutes ago. We are seeing a little bit of a glow. Okay, so there is some hot lava in that caldera, and that is always fascinating when you see that. That means it could pop really at any point in time. If we go back a little further, it was glowing more at 23:18. You can definitely see that lava sitting there. Let's see. I can't free as of March last March. That's bad. Sounds like a small train went past dock. I was wondering if that was Henry a couple of times there. I wonder, is he practicing driving his trains around? Is there a train going past your apartment, Doc? That's what it, strange noise. Yeah, I'm wondering, Henry, are you still in here, or are you playing with trains right now? And driving by my place? I'm wondering, because it certainly sounded like that to me as well. And I was going to ask if anyone heard that train, but I guess you guys did. Anyway, that is Sakurajima in Japan, and right near Kagoshima, and doing its thing, and hopefully it will give us a little bit more of a show one of these days. Now, this is one that will produce a lot of volcanic lightning, so that is always nice. That's something I look forward to. Close-up shot, not very visible. We're not going to worry about that. Let's go to the next one, and that is ASO. And there's ASO definitely steaming quite a bit. Lots of clouds up top on the hill there today, and hopefully that'll dissipate for them, but we're able to see quite a bit of that steam / SO2 coming out of there. If we go back a little bit in time, it was raining up there, you can definitely tell. And then prior to that, it was actually clear. And there you can see more of that steam zipping up and out. And then before that, they had that low-level cloud sitting in there. That looks a little bit weird. I don't know if a guy would like that. You'd wander into that and get lost real quick. End up in a caldera. Very touchy. Anyway, that is what we've got there. Volcanic lightning. Yeah, it's actually I'm quite fond of that. It's neat to see. Next one on our list is also in Japan, Asama volcano, and Asama unfortunately was hiding in the clouds, so that is about the best shot we've got right there. and we're not going to be able to make heads or tails out of much of it since it's really, really heavy. So let's leave that one be. Let's see what time it is. We can probably squeeze some earthquakes in. No ice cream boat there yet. Okay. Let's take a look at Yellowstone for a second. Yellowstone National Park. Whoop, I clicked the wrong button here. I'm trying to get over there. And we'll see if we can line that up just a little bit better. Definitely some people there. Yellowstone open for business. Some geysering in the background, kind of neat to see, and some steam coming off of the other ones. There are over 500 active geysers there in Yellowstone National Park. If you don't have that link already saved, the one Sue just brought up, you might want to do that. They've got this embedded stream as well as a whole bunch of still cameras. And it is definitely worthwhile having a look at the site if you haven't done that yet. We can see it. Yes, we can see for a change. And they're using that new camera, which is about time. It's amazing the difference when you go from 1980s stuff to about 2015 to update your stuff, if not a little bit better. Anyway, they did get some newer technology there, so awesome to be able to see them with the clarity that it's being been delivered now. Anyway, there's panning back to the other areas there. You can see some more. Lots of people out and about. You can see them all over the place. Down on the bottom left, you see a couple walking there, and then out in the far distances, multiple people going down those sidewalks. So pretty cool to see all that. We don't see any bison in this shot, of course. I'm sure that the bison are picking the best grazing areas right now, and using the nice summer weather for their leisure. They might have even moved up or down the hill a little bit depending on where they are to keep cool. Anyway, that is that. Let's go and take a look at our wonderful earthquakes and see what our good map has to say. I just want to find a couple things here. Just double checking things. Okay, make that one smaller. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Still no ice cream boat. So let's do the volcanoes. Got to find the volcano map. There it is. All right. So starting out, let's get our starting point here. We'll go up to the Kamchatka Peninsula first, and we'll grab a few of these. There's a Paramashir Island, and then you've got a 3 right here, 5.3, and that is from 9:02 this morning. And then the next one, and what did it say? 23 kilometers down for that. Next one, 37.9 kilometers down, 5.0 from 1243, and the one in the middle, Coral Islands of 4.9 from 911 at 36.7 kilometers down. So a little bit of shaking going on there. Going over here, Attic area of Alaska, 4.0 from 1619, 216 kilometers down. A little further on, we have a 4.6 at Nikolsky, Alaska area, and that is 3:50 a.m. 44 kilometers down for him. He had a little buddy there, 2.2 from 25 kilometers down, 9:44. Moving on, we don't see anything major in these other areas, so let's slide down the North American coast. Don't see anything there. Central America, we don't see anything really crazy there. It's typical stuff over in Puerto Rico area and so on. Nothing happening in Chile or Peru. We do have this guy out here, and that is a 4.8 West Chile rise, 4:32 a.m. 10 kilometers down for him. Nothing out here in the South Sandwich Islands. Zoom out a little bit, move over and get into New Zealand. Nothing new in New Zealand. And then other than New Zealand, a 5.4 in Tonga, and that is 10 a.m. 16 kilometers down for him. The other one right underneath it, a 4.9, and that was 10:39, 26.2 clicks down. These other ones are considered Fiji, 4.7 from 1922 yesterday, 584 kilometers down for him, and a 4.2, 1749, 587.7 kilometers down. So that is in that area, and I know Vanuatu got a shaken, and they got a few. 4.3 from 1747, 110 kilometers down. The other one is a 5.2 from 2209 yesterday at 224 kilometers down, and the other one is a 6.5 whopper, and that is a big quake, 6:47 a.m. and 193 kilometers down for him. So that is the biggest one today on the board. Don't see anything in eastern Indonesia, nothing in Indonesia other than these ones here. This is a 4.6, and that's Ternate, Indonesia, from 1653, 59.4 kilometers down for him. 4.4, also in, that's the bottom end of the Philippines there. That's Sarangani, from yesterday at 2031 and 93 kilometers down. Don't see anything else anywhere other than up at the ones we did at the Kamchatka Peninsula. And let's see, nothing in the East Indian Ridge, nothing there. We do see this one, a 5.2, and Turkmenistan, and that is just on the edge of the lake. I don't know how much is around it. There's a town here. I'm not sure what all is happening there, but I'm sure they would have felt it here if it happened there. 5.2 is a pretty heavy duty. And let's see, and what we got there in Hawaii. Let's take a quick peek. Not going to spend too much time on them. I just want to see what's going on. So Pahala area has, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 quakes in the area. 2.5 from 1737 for him. Latest one, 2.3 from 1804. 30 clicks down. This one is 1.8, 1023. Next one, 1.7 from 825. This one is a 2.2 from a 449. 1.8 from a 122, and a 1.5 from 122 as well. Going over here, we see a 1.9 from 1101. This one is a 1.9 from a 329, and a 2.1 from yesterday, 2350, as well as a 2.3 from a 337 this morning. These are all between 26 and 37 kilometers down, pretty standard for the Pahala region. I just want to zoom back out here. I don't see any other new ones, but we do still have a fair amount. What do we got? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 quakes there, right around Kilauea. So that swarm has calmed down a bit. Let's see what kind of depths we got. 1.8 from 1045, and that's 1.4 kilometers below sea level. 0.3, 1 kilometer below sea level from 1:40 a.m. 1.7 from 13:04, 6.6 kilometers down below sea level, and this one from yesterday 21:43, 0.8, 1.4 kilometers down, 1.9 from 13:26, 2.2 kilometers down. This is a 1.8 from 8:30 this morning, 1.1 clicks down. This one is a 1.8 from 17:37, 1.2 clicks down underneath the caldera from 1:05 a.m., 600 meters below sea level. This one is a 1.8 from yesterday at 20:56, 500 meters below sea level. This one a 1.8 from 10:40, 1.1 kilometers down. Next one a 0.5, 2:06 a.m., 1.2 clicks down. This one 2.1 from 13 minutes after 10 a.m., 300 meters down. This guy a 0.5, 1:22 a.m., 400 meters down. This guy out here a 1.8 from 14:53, 900 meters above sea level. So that one is well up into the hill here. And this one over here a 1.9 from 10:45, 200 meters below sea level, and that covers our quakes for that area. So only one showing some great height there as far as elevation, and I don't know what we're going to see in the future here, but we definitely see a subsidence in the activity from yesterday. Anyway, let's zoom that back out, leave it there. It is time for me to take a break, and we'll get you back onto the lovely canned lava for right now. Get that going, and there we go. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, give it a quick bop, help us out. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. That'd be awesome as well. And that's about it. I'm going to go take a break. Keep smiling. When we come back from the break, we will likely do some stuff like SO2 map, maybe. I think we'll do that. All right, don't go away. Keep smiling, and here comes some music. I'll be back. let's try that again. And here we go. I'm back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching a VolcanoX live stream. And unfortunately, we don't have any live lava, but we have this lovely canned lava from just a couple of days ago. And that was from the 14th at 2:32 a.m. there in Sicily. So that is like, well, it's the 16th today, so 2 days old, I guess. Pretty a fresh can yet, so pretty awesome to see. Anyway, let's see, a bunch of people went to bed, and that is okay. And we have seen Mars leaving there, as well as a Wonky Donkey has hit the hay. Ha! He's hit the hay. Oh, never mind. That's bad. Okay, never mind. Humor is what it's all about. All right, so let's stop our lovely canned lava, and we are going to go over and take a look at our SO2 map for today. And there it is on the screen. Let's get on to it. So, yeah, first thing that is very noticeable is this stuff here. And I'm wondering where that's coming from. I think I know. Sheldon. Anyway, we do see the normal stuff there out here on the Kamchatka Peninsula from Shivlesh and Klyashevskoye, and likely some stuff coming from Karymsky down on the bottom, as well as over here from Ibiko on Paramashir Island. Now, looking at this, I think it's probably emanated from this area by some volcano called Sheldon, and that is likely what that is. I'm not sure. That is quite a bit of SO2, though. It definitely had some gas problems. And as you can see, that has moved all the way into Canada, getting into the Yukon and northern British Columbia. So that is quite a bit of SO2 there, and you see that coming all the way through Saskatchewan down into North Dakota and Minnesota. So it's moved quite a ways, and I'm sure that we will see this come down over top of Edmonton a whole bunch more in the very near future as well. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Looking at what we see in the rest of Canada, eastern side very clear. Even down here on the panhandle, you'd think there'd be a little bit more. Even the eastern portions of the U.S., they've got some good wind blowing some of that offshore. So that is pretty good. North Carolina, West Virginia, looks like Indiana, Kentucky, and possibly Pennsylvania, and some in New York there, and Washington, and those places. Well, Washington, that's always full of hot air, but let's leave that alone. Western portions of the U.S. looking pretty good. Mexico actually really not that bad, and Popocatépetl, as well as Mexico City. We see that flow. They must have a storm happening here of some sort. Hopefully that'll be putting some moisture down and taking more of that SO2 out of the air, of course. And we see the stuff coming from Guatemala, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. And that's all kind of popping out into the Pacific. Looks like it's trying to do the same thing from Reventador and Sangay, those other guys. We're seeing some of that go into that Pacific. Not so much from Ibiko, or not Ibiko, Sabancaya, my bad. Sabancaya there in southern Peru. And looking at this, this is interesting. More SO2, and I know this is not coming from White Isle Volcano. This has got to be coming from some underwater vents, not just one, but several. Something located here maybe, and possibly something over here. So that is all going through, and it's drifting right over Chile and Sabancaya and Ubanas over that other one. Yeah, in this area, Sue, and that I can see. Yep. But this here, that's getting all the way into the Atlantic, and I really don't know what is causing that. Again, we are kind of struggling for underwater volcanoes in that region. Same thing with this region here. And we know that there are lots in this area, the underwater volcanoes, and that is kind of what we're kind of hoping that we'll see something, maybe a new island. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, pretty normal from the stuff going on in Australia. Tofua still doing its thing. Yasur, not so bad. Gawa and Aoba there in Vanuatu are working away. Papua New Guinea, it looks like a pretty normal. Nuotulak still doing its thing. Semaru, fairly heavy there. Not so much from Merapi. And then when we go over here, Jakarta and Krakatau are definitely still popping out some of that SO2. And because it's so heavy in this area, I think there too, maybe a little bit coming from Dempo, and as well as what is it, Kerinci? Yeah, Kerinci and Marapi in that region, and then Sinabung up in this area. So lots of stuff going on there. Going over this area would be our wonderful Ibu and Dakono doing their thing, and then going up a little bit more we see Mayon and Bulusan kind of making some of that area. Most of that's likely from Mayon, and then over here we've got a Taal volcano, which is actually the entire lake there. So and of course Manila, so heavy population creates lots of SO2. Little population with lots of volcanoes creates a nice plume. Those are the Japanese ones. And then, of course, Taiwan, pretty normal, sliding up a little bit more, getting into the southern end of Japan. This one, well, I shouldn't say southern end. Japan, some of the Japanese islands. Japan's islands go all the way over here. So they're quite a distance down there. Suwanoshijima, putting out a fair amount of SO2 from what we can tell. That is that area. Not sure if we got another one happening here, because I keep seeing more SO2 in this area. I'm going to have to check into that. And of course, there is our wonderful Sakurajima, and that is doing its area no favors. And ASO is here, and ASO is producing quite a bit of Okuchi no Irabu Jima. Okay, do they serve that with a pronunciator? I didn't have a chance to check the submarine volcanoes in the Pacific. Yeah, no worries, Sue. I'm sure we will be able to find out some stuff in the near future. Not so much coming from Tokyo. We do see a little raised level over here, and that is from Asama. And we've already looked at the Kamchatka Peninsula, so that's all good. And China, pretty normal. Eastern portions of India, heavier than the others, but looks like not as bad as some days. And of course, looking over here, not that bad today in South Africa. Looks like everything is staying kind of local. And then we got Nyamuragira and Nyiragongo there in Democratic Republic of the Congo. Congo, all rhymes. Okay, Ertael still not visible because of the pollution from these other guys. And of course, that is the oil refineries in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, and Iran. So that's pretty awesome. And look at this big mess. We know where that come from. And I hope our poor piggy is staying sheltered because she's in cost. And this is coming. It's definitely higher SO2 levels. Quite high actually, 135, 136 milligrams per cubic meter or square meter. Yeah, that is of course from Etna. The other side is 162. What about the edges over here? 137, and a little lighter on the bottom. But that was from the eruption, and I think that's about it for that one. But we do see it is still putting out quite a bit of SO2, as you can see here for our wonderful Mount Etna. And of course Stromboli over here putting out a fair amount of SO2 as well. I'm not sure if there's anything coming from a volcano, but the big cloud here, of course, that is from Etna. And the problem that they've got there right now is it's summertime, so that cloud is going to follow the wind, and they don't get much rain there, so it's not going to wash out of the atmosphere very quickly. Looking at the rest of Europe, it looks not bad. A little heavier in Poland and Chechnya, and it looks like Hungary has got a little bit, Slovakia a little bit, but you know, the other countries here are looking pretty clean, and that includes Iceland. There's a very, very little, if any, there in Iceland. So that is about it. Let's put you back on to the the wonderful shot here. We'll let that play for right now. I did want to check something else before we go anywhere. Let me check and see. Ah, yes. Okay. For those who are looking for ice cream, the ice cream boat is in. Go down and get yourself an ice cream. Hurry! I don't know how long it's going to be there. But the ice cream boat is there right now, so zip on down and get yourself your ice cream. And that is a wonderful sight. Okay, putting it back onto the can lava from Mount Etna. Enjoy that, you guys, and that is all awesome. And I really don't have too much more to add to the stream for today. I think we're good with everything that we caught up on. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has something they want to throw in there. I think we've covered a majority of what's going on. Still don't know what we're going to see in Hawaii in the next little while. I'm hoping that we will see an eruption. Hawaii or any other place would be nice. I'd like to see some good coverage. I wouldn't mind seeing Mount Etna do it again, but you never know. It's tough to predict volcanoes, so hopefully everyone is aware of that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to throw in here. I'm just double checking to make sure my screens are a little bit calmed down, and wanted to just double check one thing here. Yeah, they're still offline, so I don't think we're going to see anything coming back from our wonderful guys there in Iceland. I think they're going to likely take down those cameras that are watching Rebbe. They will likely put them in different locations, so we'll see what happens with that in the very near future. And of course, fingers crossed for another wonderful eruption there in Iceland. I mean, you know, when you think about it, you got 3 years and 3 eruptions in the same area. That is actually pretty phenomenal. And they did predict that, you know, the next couple 100 years for the Reykjans is going to be very active. And unfortunately, we won't all be here. A matter of fact, I think a majority of us will be passing this along to our generations of the future, and to kind of keep an eye on if they get an interest in it. So that's something to consider. And you know, Iceland is definitely one of those places where you gotta go. You gotta experience it at least once. If I could afford it, I would have gone back there for another visit. Definitely, you know, for me it was, well, first time in Iceland, period. And you know, when I went to go see Ragnar, for me it was a really awesome experience, and it's something that you don't get to do every day. So unless you got a lot of cash. So if you plan a trip to Iceland, I do encourage you to do that. And there are some wonderful things to see there. You know, even if there is no volcano active at the time, you're still really, you know, you've got a land that you can go peek at, and it is pretty wild and pretty awesome. As far as looking at a place where there really aren't that many people, you know. So if you're kind of the antisocial type, go to Iceland. You can go wander in the valleys there for days, and nobody will notice you. And neat stuff. Anyway, I think that is about it. I don't know what else to throw in here, unless somebody's got some specific topic that they want to mention. We will kind of leave it at that. It's a relatively short stream today, and I guess that probably is okay. I don't mind doing a 2.5 hour stream. It's better than doing a 4 hour stream, but we do always like watching volcano stuff. So I'm hoping we're going to see something live in the future, and that should be happening soon. Keeping fingers crossed. Even Popocatépetl would be nice to see getting more active again. Fuego, a little further to travel if we tried to go and do that, but that one is another one that is very interesting. But I find, though, you know, it's the ooh and ah kind of thing, is when you can get close and personal with the volcano itself. You can do that up on Etna to a degree, and that is nice. Iceland, well, you can be there. It's not that tall. You can see a lot. So that is a place to go where you can really be able to view volcanoes quite well. Other places, and I'm assuming Indonesia and those places, a little bit harder because they do have jungles around a lot of the volcanoes, and in order to get a really decent view, obviously you have to be in a clear spot, right? And I don't know how that is there. I've never been there, so I wouldn't mind going, but interesting nonetheless. Hawaii, hoping that it pops soon. And other than that, that's it. I don't have anything else to throw in there. Anyone have any questions or concerns or anything like that? Please speak up. And for those good people who are still here, if you have not yet hit that like button, maybe give it a quick bop if you're enjoying the show. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, we do daily streams. And of course, work will get in the way of some of it. And work, of course, sometimes requires me to be out of town. So coming Monday, this Monday, I will not have a show because of working up in Fort McMurray. We'll go up, do some work, spend the night, and do maybe an hour or two of work the next day, and head on back. So we should be on a Tuesday night, should be here in time to do the show. That'll be awesome. But of course, if I can't make it back, I will certainly let you guys know. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to wrap it up. A big thank you to all of you who are here and watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thanks to all of the lavaliers. And the support for the channel is awesome. Also, a big thank you to Grandma B for the only super chat of today. Thank you, Grandma B. And let's see. Yeah, and you're welcome there, Sharon Stewart. And great stream again, Dr. Fox. This time, no storms interrupted me. Awesome, Grandma B. And yeah, we try to do what we can. Thank you, Sue. For getting the stream going and keeping it going and that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do remote streams yet, but we'll work on that. That is in the books. We'll see what we can come up with. We have some big ones yesterday. Ooh, I hope everything is okay there, Grandma B. I know some places get some horrendous thunderstorms. Actually, I was talking to a fella today where his father was from the east coast of Guyana, or is it, yeah, French Guyana or Guyana, and Brazil, right next to Brazil. Anyway, he mentioned about some thunderstorms there. We were talking about volcanoes. And his dad never ever mentioned volcanoes, but his dad did talk about thunderstorms and some big ones. So pretty cool. Fine here. Durham, North Carolina got smacked. Uh-oh, that's not good. And Sharon Stewart saying hi. Sue just got here singing. Okay, and... all right, singing. I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. Is that what you're singing, Sharon? I still haven't received the recording. Anyway, that's it, you guys. Be good, be kind, take care of yourselves, and all of that wonderful stuff. Big thank you to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy, and Sue, and C&D Boy, and Yvonne Kunkel, and Siggy, and of course Gary, 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, as well as Just Like That Doc. Oh yeah, sure. Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields, Texas, and Mona Lisa Smiles. So those are some of the moderators, and most of them are usually hiding here, so we enjoy that. Thanks, moderators. I appreciate all of you, the hard work and everything. Lizoid, thanks for being here and having a peek as well. Anyway, time to wrap it up. So be good, be kind, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to let this run for another hour or so, and then we'll shut this one down. Maybe at 9 p.m. I'll shut it off at my time, so that's about an hour and 25 minutes. Anyway, be good, be kind, take care of yourselves. Have a good morning, good night, good afternoon, or good day, depending on where you are. And take care of yourselves, of course. And the one most important thing, please, please, Tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. Good night, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Fox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We'll see you all tomorrow. Oink, oink.
Bye.